When Qantas first took industrial action just over 3 weeks ago, CEO Alan Joyce said he'd made the decision to ground the airline on the Saturday morning after the Qantas AGM. Shareholders, customers and employees were all caught unawares. But two couriers have told Lateline that drivers were being booked to deliver lockout notices in the days leading up to the announcement. And questions are also being asked about why senior managers were sent overseas in the lead up to the announcement. Steve Kinane has this exclusive report.
When Qantas announced it was locking out its workers, it caught most people by surprise.
We have decided to ground the Qantas international and domestic fleets immediately.
Passengers were left stranded, holidays were ruined. Qantas customers and employees were united in their anger. 6 days later, Alan Joyce told a Senate inquiry the decision was made on the morning of the announcement.
I decided on the Saturday to call a board meeting. I made the decision that we're going to ground the airline.
While Alan Joyce was adamant the decision was not made before the Saturday, some senators remained suspicious.
Could you provide to this inquiry the instruction, order, whatever you may call it, to courier to every one of your employees the notice, so as that we could once and for all put these conspiracy theories to rest?
Qantas was due to provide answers to this question and 19 others by last Friday. It has yet to respond. Lateline has spoken to couriers and Qantas workers who've raised doubts about the timeline laid out by Alan Joyce at the Senate hearing. Two employees of Direct Couriers have told Lateline they were asked to work on Sunday, October 30, as part of a mass delivery of this lockout notice to at least 6,000 Qantas staff. The couriers wouldn't go on camera, but have told Lateline drivers were booked for the job in the days before Alan Joyce says he made the decision to ground the airline.
I was asked on Friday. We were told they had a one-off job on Sunday and we would start at 6 a.m. We weren't told we might have a job, we were told we had a job.
On the Thursday, I was asked if I wanted to work Sunday, an all-dayer. We were told we could work any area we liked, and it was delivering letters.
Both couriers have confirmed the job was delivering lockout notices for Qantas. Their employer, Direct Couriers, would not comment. Qantas CEO Alan Joyce today denied the allegations that couriers were booked before the Saturday.
No, we have been very clear on this, and there's been lots of conspiracy theories. The printers were booked on the day that we made the decision, and no notices had been audited in terms of printing, and nobody had been informed of it because the decision wasn't made until the Saturday.
Labor Senator Alex Gallagher is a former baggage handler and TWU official who is on the Senate committee which has been questioning Alan Joyce. He says the logistics of the exercise would have required pre-planning.
It's completely obvious that to individually deliver to workers' homes on the weekend a notice of lockout, there needs to be some considerable pre-planning in respect to that. I don't think there are enough couriers active on a Sunday, which is a traditional slow day in transport, road transport, available at the drop of a hat to suddenly activate such a comprehensive delivery schedule.
Questions are also being asked about why senior cabin crew managers were sent overseas in the lead up to the lockout. Lateline has obtained an internal memo sent to flight attendants at the time of the grounding of the fleet by the executive manager of the Qantas cabin crew. It confirms that Qantas sent 4 senior cabin crew managers to Singapore and Los Angeles in the lead up to the announcement of the lockout. All 4 flew out on the Friday, on the day of the Qantas AGM. According to this memo, their role was to provide information to cabin crews about the grounding of the fleet.
Look, you could also say, why did we send our whole entire PR department to Melbourne on the day of the announcement and had to fly them back on Virgin? There was no decision made till the Saturday. We had contingency plans that were being prepared before the Saturday, but no decision had been made until the Saturday.
In a further statement to Lateline, Qantas said,
"The unions had indicated that they were planning on ramping up industrial action around our annual general meeting, and as such, 4 members of cabin crew management were sent to Singapore and Los Angeles."
But the unions dispute that they were planning to ramp up industrial action. The Engineers Union had called a halt to industrial action the week before.
Our protected industrial action is all called off for a period of 3 weeks.
The Senate inquiry into the Qantas sale amendment bill reopens on Thursday. Senator Alex Gallagher says Alan Joyce can expect a lot more questions when he next appears.
He has a lot of questions to answer, as there are about 24 unanswered questions on notice out of the hearing and a large number of unanswered questions arising from consideration of the transcript of the hearing.
Steve Kinane, Lateline.